What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. African Mage, Perez. We live from the classroom today. I just finished it's a long day. It wasn't too long. My bad about that. What's the name? But they had just finished soccer practice a few minutes ago with the students, with my soccer players, and it's a real chill day with my CES class. She's a self-contained autism room. We had a sub in today, and she was noticing I guess you could say, mislabeling of some of the students, because we do have a few who you can tell that they don't need to be on the spectrum, or let's not say they don't need to be on the spectrum. I guess you could say there's an initiative to try to label us. You have a lot of misdiagnosis and undiagnosed. So she was harping on the piece where, she was teaching them. She was teaching them that they were grasping it well. Mind you, these were some of our higher performing students, which is, it's okay. There's, like how she was saying, she's like, they're very smart. They're very smart. Kids with autism are very smart. It's not, like I said last night, if y'all watched the video I did yesterday, there's just a way they learn. Sometimes it can take a while, and sometimes it can be just like that. I had this one student where he was nonverbal. You could tell he was on the spectrum. Like, he had trouble speaking. He was very different in social circumstances, social areas or whatever. It was, recess. A lot of them don't like to play with each other. They like to, hold what they believe is theirs to themselves. And he was that way too. He would sit by himself. He would organize things very much. If you moved one thing, he would put it right back. And we had this math problem. It was a math problem. I wouldn't necessarily know. I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I could do the math, but it would just take me a longer time. And so Noah, I wasn't supposed to say his name, but yeah, let's say Noah. He was very much a math genius. It was stuff we would give this guy problems that were mostly addition and subtraction. I don't remember giving too much multiplication. And I think, once we saw, we were almost agonizing him with this, because it was amazing. I thought it was amazing. And he would we would say, like, we say random numbers. And this is the last group I was teaching with for the group I'm with now. No, it was the first group I was taught with. I guess I'm a seasoned vet in this. This is crazy. I was just talking to one of my coworkers about that. I digress. I may have undiagnosed ADHD. Whatever the case may be. Look, we'd be like, what's 2,608 plus 1,800,648? And he just sit there and start saying the words. It was I honestly wish we recorded it, but I feel like that's against the law a little bit. That's probably against the law. No, it's not filmed. It was amazing. Like, how in the world are you doing this? And he didn't talk. Like, he didn't talk much. Very slow to it, very slow to getting his stuff, and she was mentioning how schools, I can't remember what the word is. I work in a predominantly African-American black school. We call them schools east of the river. The predominantly not black school would have these same circumstances, but they would not have the labels. She would say, she didn't really get to elaborate. She's a very interesting person. Very wise, very I could tell she was seasoned. She was older, and I was helping her with her IT stuff. So most of my work was just helping her, which is getting her email set up, for DCPS, helping her get her, like, it's like a portal you have to check your paycheck. You could check your other stuff, paycheck, W-2, insurance, trainings. That's what everybody gotta do now. I mean, it's always been a thing, but they're very strict about it. Like, you better get those trainings done. Yeah, my principal got on me over the winter break. It's like, yeah, you got all of these trainings. So annoying, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you, sis, man, woman, lady. It's annoying, but necessary. And I learned something, but I was trying to help her learn it, which is more along the lines of what's necessary, was contractually obligated for this position. She's a sub. She was an assistant principal for a high school, and she was just noticing those discrepancies. It's abundantly clear, and people don't talk about it, and you probably don't want to hear me talk about it, but that's what happened today. Just working 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying, making ends meet, and she was my father's age. It was very interesting. I was kind of in her personal business. We were trying to figure out things. You had to insert personal stuff, and I thought about that, and it hit me, and it was like, we kind of attract the circumstances that we get. So no, we don't kind of do. We do, and it's very subtle. It's a very subtle experience that you do. I would say gently, but in the beginning, it could be very energized. So there was always this point where I wanted to be where I am now, making this amount of money, stable, have a job. One time, and I might have said that in my first video, watch the first long form video that I got, and subscribe to your boy, because I'm going to keep coming with these experiences. And I want y'all to walk with me, because I think we all going through similar stuff, especially teachers, educators, paras, coaches, speech pathologists, occupational therapists, counselors, all y'all. We all experiencing the school system differently, but this is what, the day in the life of a sped teacher, sped educator, para educator. So yeah, she was noticing it, and I was just noticing how it was full circle, like it was sort of full circle. I wanted this, and a part of us, in order to like really grab the power or whatever the case may be, it's these subtle internal desires. And I don't want to say desires in a negative way, because a lot of times, like I said, I didn't say it, but you can go back to my first video. I did not have the easiest time finding employment before I had my first son. And now I'm on the point where I'm like, my second son, and now I want my own business, and I want it to thrive. And I want to be able to get into this space, because I honestly think it would be a lot more fun, but also because I'm doing these things that kind of require time, and they kind of require, me being my own boss, but building and creating something that will serve others. So we got to tap into that, guys, consistently and on purpose, because it shouldn't be an accidental thing where we're just kind of floating through life, which is something that I'm telling you, but I'm also telling myself. It's not easy to. I mean, it is easy to just go through life and do that, but we have to level up. You have to transcend old ways in order to become and go to the new ones. And a lot of times, you could be attracting good things, but you want to make sure whatever it is you are attracting is on purpose, and just give it your attention. And I don't even know if this is all the way related, but there's just, I don't know, I felt like I haven't been given enough enough I guess attention to my father. So I was thinking about that. And here's this lady who's 70 years old, 70 plus, whatever. And I'm like, damn, I need to go see my father because she's at me the same year. I'm like, oh snap, it's my dad's birth year. And I was thinking about how, he used to run this shop, and it was vegetarian back in the day. They didn't say nothing vegan. It was a vegan restaurant. And he had all type of people right over there about Howard University. To be this big like pharaoh head on his shop, or at least in the building that it was housed in. Had three businesses inside of it. One was his. He used to have all types of characters in there. I essentially grew up in there. I was just like, wow. She taught at this performance. She was assistant principal at this performance arts school. It's just very much an eye opener. On I get in that wisdom I was talking about 2 videos ago. You can check that one out too, because wisdom comes from. I think that's where we have to work together in regards to ages. You know what I'm saying? Generations. Generation Z, millennials, Generation X. You got Generation Alpha coming up. These generations, the ones that come before, should be teaching or advising, because you can't really. I mean, sometimes you could be just lecturing, and it just requires experience. I hear you, you know what I'm saying, but I just have to see the experience, or have to hear the story, and that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like, I need to be around my father a lot more because I need to get these stories, or just get the wisdom. Because a lot of times too, talking too much can take away from you getting the messages you needed. So I was listening to her, and she was mentioning retirement being almost like a scam for regular workers, particularly melanated ones. You have to take that into consideration. You have to take that into account, and we got to be able to not just accept these labels that are put on our children. We have these incentives that will support you labeling them. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but sometimes they are misdiagnosed, and because you can get compensated for certain disabilities, a lot of parents don't want to properly diagnose them because they're relying on their income. It's a sad cycle, because you kind of handicapping the child. And I was mentioning success stories where I had a soccer player. She started in the CES classroom. She had autism. She was I would say she was developmentally delayed. She was one of my best soccer players I ever had, especially the girl one. They went to the championship last year. They got second. I don't know if you can see it, but it's up there. Second. I don't know. It's like up there, but silver. They got second. And she led that team. She was so amped up to play. She was so amped up to learn. You wouldn't even know until you start hearing kids start to talk mean, and you got to shut that down. There's another kid told her, his name is I can't say his name, but he was in a CES classroom as well. And I get it. Some people don't feel like autism is a negative label, or whatever the case may be. There's always people striving for something to fight for, and you have this label that's neurodivergent, and people find it to be something that they belong to. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, neurotypical people may be the problem, and the neurodivergent people may, but he neither here nor there. He was nonverbal, completely nonverbal. I never knew it. He wasn't in my class. And I've been here, I told you about it, just a little bit over a decade. I was just talking about my coworker. He was like, "Oh, brother, you been here that long?" I was like, "Yeah." I don't know. I mean, am I doing something wrong, or am I just enjoying it that much just to see those type of success stories is a phenomenal feat. And then what was the point? It was one more. Man, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, y'all. This is real, okay? Sometimes we lose our train of thought. But those are two success stories. Nonverbal, he plays for me. He plays soccer for me. And he's great. I mean, he got small eyes, but I didn't think he had autism. I definitely didn't think he had autism. Not that that's not a label. That's nothing to do with it. Because I think the main thing is I didn't know. And because I didn't know, it was pretty much not oh man. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. Let me see if it started recording. It did. That's when it gets awkward. Okay. A phone call, but I don't necessarily need to answer that. I don't know who that was. I don't know what numbers. I don't know. You get it. I didn't think I should drink this, but I'm about to. Needless to say, all this is happening. It's been a great ride. I've been fortunate. I've been blessed to give this type of offering to the community, offering to young people that look like me. And I never would have really realized it if I didn't do this. Ain't that crazy? Like, I'm still reaching because it's got to be something next, right? Businesses run this country, right? Not that that's the reason. It's not the reason. It's something where this is just containing what I'm gonna offer, what I can offer to the world, what I can offer. What I can offer to the city, which isn't the school. Again, I'm grateful, but at some point we gotta we gotta level it up. But yeah, tell me what you think. I don't know. You guys on the spectrum, where you guys work in education? Do you care about your students? Are you anybody coaching? Comment below. Like me up, y'all. Cause I'm trying to stay doing this. I mean, not that your likes will make me do it, but it does have a small motivational factor, and it's not that difficult to do. You could do it. And subscribe. Look, comment, subscribe. And I'm gonna subscribe back. I think that's what we could do. Subscribe. Let's do sub for sub. We're trying to make our reach more widely known. And a lot of that will have to do with how we deal with influences that come about. And how we influence others that we come around. Peace. That's my piece. I don't think we should drink coffee this late, right? 6:40. I used to be a hood in DC. I don't know if that's a thing anymore.